welcome to the live stream. I am your hostess, Jenna Moreci, and I decided to do a little task right when I started this. So, okay, I'm done. All right. Bleedings and salivations. Ew. So if you are new here, I am a #1 Amazon bestselling author of romantasy as well as writing craft books. You can check out the Savior's Champion and the Savior series. They're available at all major retailers, and you can pre-order the Savior's Army. Yay! Go pre-order it.
Yes.
Right now it's available. Jesus, my asthma. Right now it's available for pre-order in ebook, but actually I'm in the process of approving the paperback and a hardback possibly today. So if not tomorrow.
I'm holding out for hardback reasons, and I'm very excited about that.
Yes. So if you want the paperback or hardback, you just got to wait maybe for like a few days. And also be sure to save your proof of pre-order because I have a pre-sale incentive coming very soon. I am just waiting for the artist to finish up the piece because it is going to involve some artwork. Jenna, your robe looks comfy as hell. It is comfy as hell, and it's my favorite color. It was a gift from Cliff for Christmas one year.
Oh, wow.
But anywho, oh yeah, so the Savior's Army, the Savior's Champion, the Savior's Sister. You can also check out How to Write Romantasy. It's available at all major retailers. Be sure to buy a copy. It helps me out. And you can check out Shut Up and Write the Book as well. I'm also a YouTuber here on this channel. I have a new video coming out on Wednesday on a very popular topic, so I hope you enjoy it. And in these live streams, we do productivity and writing sprints. So that's what we're here for. Oh, yes, Butters, and then there's Butters, and then there's Butters. Okay.
Oh, Butters.
Look at her little tail. Look at that little butt. Oh, no, Butters. Now she's kissing her dad.
She loves her dad.
Yeah. Okay. Anywho, Iona, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm IONA WAYLAND, and this is Kachu. I'm currently brushing him. That's what I'm doing. And I am an author of a dark fantasy book called Ashes that you can get on Amazon. And ebook, paperback, and audiobook formats. I'm also currently working on a couple different writing projects, but I'm trying to hone it in on just the one. Just one would be. I also do crystal ball readings, and you can check out my website at creepycoreandfolklore.com. And then you can also check me out at Creepycore and Folklore because I have like merch and all sorts of stuff. And usually I've been a lot better about it in the past. You can sign up for my newsletter on my website as well. It's just that recently, I started a new job a couple weeks ago, and that has been taking up a lot of my brain space, and so I keep forgetting to send it. But I will find a balance very soon.
One day it will happen. Let's see. Bye-byes, go eat your breakfast. It's 4 p.m. and she still hasn't had her breakfast. This girl. Go eat it. She likes to eat with me sitting next to her. It's like I have to guard her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can't sit next to you. I might just end up having to. Hold on. No, she's getting a ball.
She can start the Butters mukbang.
I like having hardbacks on my shelf. I like destroying paperbacks of my love. I love it.
Yes, agreed. I think
we love to see it. Things. Sorry, my asthma's bothering me, and I hope you guys don't mind me clearing my throat a bunch.
I don't mind you breathing. What do you mean? Don't mind you breathing at all. I actually like that you breathe. It's one of your amazing qualities.
I try. Iona, don't forget about Twitch live streams.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Casey. I also do a Writer Wednesday Twitch live stream thingy where we kind of just chill and we kind of body double and work on things together. And it's very like productivity and neurodivergent friendly.
Yes.
That's also a Creepycore and Folklore.
I have a bad cold and it's making my asthma flare up too. I totally understand. I don't have a cold. It's just my asthma being like.
You know what? Let's just not breathe now.
Just eat it. Yes, I know. Butters is my vet jokes that Chihuahuas like to intermittent fast because they're not very food motivated dogs, and that's how Butters is. She's like
That's how Monty is. He's not a Chihuahua. Meanwhile, Artie is a tube. because he won't stop eating ever. So we have to like really watch him. He's into that rule because you're right. Any other Chihuahuas I've met, they've been like okay with they can like intermittently fast. Oh, look at those ears.
Hello,
She's so
Bubba.
cute.
She's holding a ball, her favorite ball. I don't know if you can see, but
Oh,
she's
she's
holding it
holding
with her
her
little
most
paws.
prized possession
Yes, my
and
little.
relaxing on the bed.
My middle school comfort novel looks exactly like people's baby blankets. I
That's
get that.
hilarious. I love that.
I
I
never
like the
reread
visual.
books, so all my books are in really good condition because I don't
Mhm.
reread them.
I've
Um,
only reread the Savior series. Yeah.
I've only reread Wizard Butthole, and that was for research purposes as an
Uh-huh.
author.
Yeah.
And then I reread it and was like, this book is so bad. Like, I'm fine. Like, I was so insecure and like, oh my gosh, my writing sucks. And then I read it and like, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
no. Yeah.
This book is awful.
That's so funny.
I am okay. It's fine. Anywho, guys, what are you all going to work on during the productivity sprints? I'll go first. You guys know that I've been making videos showing you how to self-publish, and I already did the Amazon KDP one. I have the screen recording of Ingram Spark, and I
Nice.
just need to kind of trim it down a little bit before I send it to my video editor. So I will be working on that.
Very exciting. I'm
Let's see.
excited to have this because then I'm always going to use them as a resource.
OMG, what a loud and happy purr from Kachu.
Oh, good. He's feeling it. I'm getting closer to his butt, and he doesn't like me brushing his butt as much.
HB Lee will be working on grad school applications.
Wonderful.
What about you, Iona?
I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should write a bit or if I should just so I kept my virtual marketing job and I'm almost finished with the work for like the month. So I kind of wonder if I should. Also, during one of the sprints, I might bathe. I might just bathe.
Amazing. Let's see. YouTube Studio.
It hasn't been too long. I just want to clarify. But I'm just doing that thing because it's so cold that I'm like, it's fine. I can never bathe again and I'll be okay. And I haven't actually done that, but my brain is starting to tell me that it's fine. So I might be like, oh, but the people are waiting, and take advantage of it being timed.
Yeah, it's really cold here, and by that I mean it's cold for California because
Yeah.
I was talking in my street team and everyone's like, it's 0 degrees, it's 7 degrees, and I'm like, it's 58. It's
but it is different when you're not used to it. Like you get
yeah.
acclimated to certain things.
The 50s for me might as well just be in hell. Like it's just
that's
so
hilarious.
Like to me that's freezing. So
My
I'm
car
like
wouldn't thaw this morning.
right.
Like it was freaking me out. I was like, okay, I have to get to work, but like my car is encased in ice. I cracked it open and like started the engine, but it like would not warm enough to like, and I'm scraping the ice, but it like just was not working. But then I looked and it was 14 degrees. So I was like, well.
Do you have a garage?
Yes. But the reason it wasn't like that. It was out of the garage last night.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna be like,
you're like, oh God, like no. I have a garage, but it was the chickens half lived indoors in the garage and half lived outdoors, and they're like run. So and now they live in the chicken castle, and we haven't cleaned it out enough because they had like basically because we live in a smaller house. They lived in basically half the house because the garage is like kind of largish. But it was just funny. So once we clean that out, that's when I'm gonna park it for sure.
Well, what I was saying was, I've been like super cold, even though I know it's not cold to other people. So I'm going to shower today, and I was going to shower before the live stream, and I instead stayed in my robe in bed. Like, no.
That's what I'm talking about.
it's the cold right before you get under the water. It's
That
like that
and
one
coming out is
Yeah.
the one that I keep dreading, is like you're all wet and then you have to be cold
Yeah.
forever.
For me, it's the before that I hate more,
Okay.
only because yeah, I get I get into clothes so quickly out of the shower, I won't even fully dry myself off. I'm just like, and so my clothes are all wet, and I'm like, it's fine. I don't care. I'm just like, I just get the clothes on.
That's
But
so
yeah,
funny.
I'm not looking forward to. It's one of those things. It's like I hate this, and then I get under the warm water. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm gonna
Yes.
stay here for the rest of my life. And then it's
Yes.
like, no, I gotta get out. And then it's like, I hate this, and it's like, okay,
Yes.
fine.
That's legit what I might do. Or not, I don't know. But there's no way I'm gonna wake up earlier to get a shower. So
Oh no, -10 to yeah, I can't
Ugh.
handle that. People always ask me like, would you ever consider moving to Canada, for example, because our country is encased in hellfire? And I'm
Yes.
like, to be
No.
perfectly honest, I don't think I could just because of the weather. Not that
Weather.
Canada has their own hellfire, going on.
Yes.
But I live in California, which is like the least hellfire state of the
For sure.
yeah but yeah but I can't handle the cold. Like I said, it's 58 here. For me, that's freezing.
Yeah.
It's 30 degrees here right now. The coldest it ever gets here is about the 30s, and that's usually at night.
Hmm.
And that's I haven't
And
seen
that's
that.
literally freezing.
And I haven't seen that in a long time. Like that was basically I remember it would get in the 30s when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
And we'd wake up and there would be sleet, which is very uncommon here. And we'd make a little sleet man, like instead of a snowman. And it was this
I
tall,
don't know why that one got
and
me.
he cut off the tip of a carrot and made that his nose. And then we had a dog, Rambo, who was a toy poodle, and he had a Santa hat. We put his little Santa hat on the sleet man.
That's so cute.
But it
Also, the
doesn't.
sleep man, I totally want to make like a short, like there's they're like horrors, but they're kind of like campy and they're really, really short. They're like 20 pages long. You know what I'm talking about? Or they're
Mhm.
like books, but I almost want to make like the sleep man. You know what I mean? Where it's like this Christmas, it's not frosty at your doorstep. One of those. Ugh.
Okay, hold on. I'm answering JM Sully's. Is it Sully?
Chaley.
Chaley. Wow, I wasn't even close. To make it harder for people to copy your text, like literally copy and paste it. It's not a copyright thing at all. Anyway, sorry. Okay, but lately, because global warming and everything, I
Mhm.
haven't seen it in the 30s in ages. But the 50s for me, once it's even the 60s for me is chilly, and then the 50s is I want to die. So anything like below 60, I'm just like kill me now. So
I
that's
think
where
that
I'm
would
at.
be my desired temperature.
Your desired
Right.
temperature would be below
No,
60.
no, 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 no. No, that it doesn't go below 60.
Ah,
Like
yes. Okay.
like basically the where you live in California, it stays somewhat within a certain like 20-degree range, I feel like. Because I was there in the summer, it was not too hot.
Yeah.
There were some days that were hot, but it was really not too hot at
Mhm.
all. It was like, oh, it's in the 70s or 80s today. And then the next day would be like, well, not the 60s, but like it kind of all stays somewhat the same.
Yeah, the area that I live in was apparently voted as having the best climate
I love it.
in either the country or the world. I can't remember which one.
I loved the
But
climate.
basically, it's usually throughout the year, it's usually between 60 and 79 through like I would say 75% of the year.
Yeah, see?
And then in the summer, it might get to the 80s. And
Mhm.
then we have Indian summer, which is like 1 week in the fall,
Mhm.
where it might get to the 90s and hundreds, but only
Mhm.
for like a week. So
that is so amazing. And that was the thing where I was like, this is great. Because I was like
right.
hiking around and walking all over the place, and there's no humidity, and there's no humidity, and no, like, it wasn't crazy hot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like deep dee and like living it up. It was great.
Yeah.
I just have to get over my fear of palm trees. Not really. They're fine.
Well, they're filled with cockroaches, so there's a good reason to be afraid.
Just don't like how organ-esque it looked. Looked like a bunch of lungs. How are you still shedding? They fucked up your coat, buddy. They fucked it up.
Sorry, we're talking about book pirating in Cyborg Central.
Oh, nice. Let me go see.
Sharing my experience.
You had a really weird experience.
Let's see. Chicago has ruined me, maybe. Well, here's the thing is it really depends on like what you're used to. Like I talk to people who live in Finland, and to them 60s is like
The summer.
Yeah, they're like wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
I swear you get acclimated. Like your body will acclimate, because here the summers have been getting astronomically hot, and they've been in like the 100s, like 90 pluses and 100s. And then as it gets to winter time, it'll be like 50 degrees and I feel like I'm freezing. But now that it's been cold for a while, 50 and 60 sound really nice. But it's just because your body gets used to it.
But she was just sitting there staring at him. Like, but yeah, everyone's different based on where they live. If you live in Chicago, and Chicago is the winter notoriously cold, then of course the low 60s is going to sound amazing. But I live in California, where the first time I saw snow, I was 21, and we had to travel hours away to see it. You know, like I love it.
I love that it was like an event.
Yeah, I live in a place that was, and Cliff is the one who took me to see snow. He asked me what I think of the snow, and I was like, I've never seen snow. And he goes, "You never seen snow?" I'm like, "No." And he goes, "I'm going to take you to see the snow." And I'm like, every single boyfriend I've ever had has said they're going to take me to see the snow, and no one takes me to see the snow. And he took me to see the snow that weekend. He was like, "Bet." And he took me that weekend, and I saw it, and it was very kind of him, but I was like, I don't like the snow.
All good.
I don't like this. But anywho, all that said is if you live in an area where cold is normal, then it's not going to be cold to you. It's going to be normal. Where I live in an area where sunny and warm is normal. So my version, like it's all relative.
It is relative. And also the other thing is, okay, never mind. He just has a little bit of dandruff. I was very, very concerned for a second. I was like, oh no. I don't know what I thought it was, but I was like, oh no. But
I
know, I was like, it can't be. But any body, like the human body acclimates after like, I think it's 3 weeks or something to whatever the temperature is. So it's not like you can help it. And I don't want you to go away from your temperature. It's the perfect temperature. It's perfect weather.
I know. It's
the only other thing that I struggled with, it's not like I disliked it, I just was so not used to it, was I didn't realize how much water I absorbed from like the air.
Right.
And I was like, am I a dry-skinned person? Like, what's going on? And a couple of times I'm like, wow, I'm so itchy. And I'm like, what are these like crunches on me? And it was my sweat. Like it was salt, because everything else just, so
Well, that's your body acclimates. Like, for example, I go into humidity and I want to die. I feel like I'm being smothered and suffocated. I get so oily and gross, you know?
Mhm,
Your body acclimates and we have dry heat. So your body
mhm.
is like, where's the moisture? I'm a frog, you
I've
know?
I've lived my life as a frog, and now there's nothing. I'm like, have
Let's
you
see.
ever seen that one like SpongeBob episode where he's in the dome where Sandy Cheeks is, and he's trying not to tell her that he needs water. He's trying to
Just
be
like,
chill, and that's how I felt. I was like, I was visiting my cool friend, and like, and I'm like, this is amazing. No, I had a
and
really good
and
time.
me and humidity is it's like that
Melt.
except yeah, the opposite. Like it's like I'm turning into soup. I'm like, you know, and my hair is like
Yes,
it's like
you got to go
that
for
that episode of
volume.
that episode of Friends where Monica keeps going, it's the humidity. I could not relate to anything more.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
what does a first draft really look like? I don't understand this question. It looks like a mess. It looks like whatever your first draft looks like. Everyone's first draft is different.
Mhm.
There is no
Jenna's are clean. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a mess. Mine are horrendous. Mine want to make me give up, which has been the consistent issue so far. Because I'm like, wow, this feels so right as I'm writing it. And then I look at it, I'm like, wow, so I'm stupid and actually should give up.
Well, I'm reading over the first draft of my rom-com and I'm just kind of like I'm noticing all the stuff that I didn't notice the first time around, just like how much I was playing it safe because I was trying so hard to make certain
Mm,
characters likable. And then I'm like, it's a
interesting.
rom-com. They're supposed to it's like punch in that personality. So now I'm going back and adding it and it's like way more fun now.
I love that. I can't wait to see how it changes.
Ah.
Also, I
But
didn't read till the end because there is no end yet.
right.
So I'm pumped.
What does a first draft? Yeah, okay, we already got that. When we were out in the Bay Area, it was August and like 70, no humidity, was gorgeous. Yes,
See, I went in
exactly.
August. That's
Yeah.
some good stuff right there. Perfect time.
And also, a lot of people like from other areas will be like, oh my gosh, 75 sounds awful. But they forget that this is an area with no humidity. So 75 here doesn't feel the same as 75 in, I don't know,
Yes.
Florida.
Yes.
When you have humidity, it heat instantly feels hotter.
Mm-hmm.
So 80 here does not feel the same as 80 on the East Coast, you
Yeah, I was
know?
hiking away. I was just like, do, 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 do. And it was like in the 80s, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah. Okay. Let's see. All we can do is keep our HVAC at peak performance and get a really versatile wardrobe.
I'm also really pumped because this is the first time I've ever lived in a house that has like central air.
Oh
And
my
so that's
God.
been awesome. I was just like, what is this life of luxury and opulence? Like,
Opulence. You own everything. If those who know, know. Hold on. Look at the
ah,
baby.
she croissanted herself.
Yeah, with her daddy.
She's a little donut.
Yeah, what a baby. Okay. She's like, Daddy's napping, so I'm napping. Oh, wait, now she's coming back to me. Butters, eat your breakfast. She's like,
I messed up
no.
Kachu's fur. I was trying to
Hi.
use a shedding brush. Aw, look at her.
She's my baby. Now she's snuggling with me. I've been chosen.
You have been chosen. It is mama time.
I love first drafts. They remind me of the possibility of publication and being able to polish it up and make it shine. It's like adding the final touches to your book before you go out to dinner.
I love that reframe. I'm gonna like channel the inner Casey in me to like do that.
I mean, for me, I love editing because the whole time I'm writing the first draft, I'm like, this is so bad. Like, and even now, I'm like rewriting chapter 1
Mhm,
of the rom-com, and I'm like,
mhm.
this is so bad. And then I go to edit it, and I'm like, okay, I can finally make it better. I can make it better. I can make it better. But the first line, if you don't include the prologue, I will share this.
I'm so excited.
If you don't include the prologue, the very first line of my rom-com is "I hate him," and I thought that was a good.
Yes,
I thought that was a good opener.
that is a
I
good
hate
show.
him.
And I know what it's about.
I don't think you do because I changed.
Wait, no, isn't it about? Hold on.
I deleted a whole chapter.
Isn't it that one?
Oh yeah. That's the new.
I'm right.
But that used to be chapter 2, and now it's chapter 1.
Oh, I did not remember that. I didn't remember which chapter was what chapter. Well, remember when you were like, I'm gonna redo this first chapter and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. You can just edit that in. You're like, no, it's a rewrite. I'm like, oh, because it just flowed so well. I was like, yeah, false memory. I read that. You did great. You're like, no, it's not written yet, and I'm like, oh my god. Well, it works really well, actually.
Oh my goodness. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm done with the first chapter. I just have some like edits, like some little edits and stuff. And I added a douche, so like a guy douche, not like a literal
I'm so
douche.
excited.
Because let's see. I also feel like my drafts are a mess, and I often wonder if I'm doing it wrong. The first draft is called the rough draft for a reason. It's because it's rough, it's shitty, and no one's going to see it but you. Like, you don't show the first draft to anyone, so it's okay if it's shitty because only you are going to see it. That's a normal experience. I have read people's rough drafts before, which I don't know why they would send me a rough draft, but they were like not even intelligible. That's how bad they were.
Okay, so, that makes me feel a lot better.
I've read some that had so many grammar and punctuation mistakes that I couldn't navigate what the story was about because of how bad the writing was. So.
Yeah.
Editing is so much easier than drafting for me, much easier to shape the lump of sand into a sandcastle than make the sand appear. Exactly. See,
I'm
we're
loving
the
the reframes. I'm just going to have to channel inner Sean as well.
Yes. The first draft's job is to exist. Exactly. So that you can make... I always say that it's like you're just dumping the shit on the page, and then when you go through the editing phases, you can mold it into art. But right now, you're just getting the supplies on the page. You're just getting the art supplies on the desk, and then you can mold it into art later. I usually say literal poo. You're shitting on the page, and then you're going to mold that poo into art. But I mean, no one wants poo art, so we're going to say art supplies instead.
Yes.
Now, I want to be good about doing... Hold on. For trilogies or series, do you recommend plotting one book at a time before you start writing it, or do you recommend... So, okay, first of all, I have a video on this topic. Go watch it. But to summarize, what I recommend doing is plot the first book in detail, like a full outline, and then have an idea of the premise and main points of each book in the series after that. So, for example... if I'm writing The Savior's Champion, I know the full outline of The Savior's Champion. I don't know the full outline of every other book afterward, but I know that The Savior's Sister is going to be a companion novel following Layla's experience. And the main premise is going to be XYZ, and the main character arcs are going to be ABC. And then I know that The Savior's Army is going to be the sequel after the series, and I know that it's going to follow them getting an army. I know that the main points they're going to reach in the relationship is they're going to have sex for the first time, and there's something else I can't say, butt stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like I know the main points.
I missed when she was like, yes.
But
sorry,
yes, you get the idea.
Yes.
Go watch the video.
That'll be good.
A guy sold his own canned poo. Very interesting. I've heard of women specifically.
I've only heard of women.
Humiliatrixes who sell their poo. But I've never heard of a man selling his poo. But to each his own. Okay, guys. Let's do a sprint because I actually have stuff I really want to get done, and I don't want to drag my feet.
Okay.
I'm going to be working on video editing stuff. Hooray! What about you, Iona? Have you decided what you're going to work on?
I think I am going to bathe, and then I'm going to work on editing after that.
Sounds good. So I'm going to do video editing. Iona's going to get clean. If you guys aren't familiar, these sprints are, we set the timer for 20 minutes. We go mute, and we work on whatever it is we need to work on. Typically, the idea is to draft and write as many words as possible. And when we're done with the sprint, we share how many words we've written. But if you're not in the drafting phase, you can edit a video for 20 minutes. You can edit your work for your writing for 20 minutes. You can critique for 20 minutes. You can bathe for 20 minutes. It's whatever the fuck you need to do to be productive. And we're doing it alongside of one another. I am not going to provide a prompt for you because that defeats the purpose of being productive. But yeah, that's the vibe here. I'm going to be working on video stuff. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 20 minutes. The timer will not be on the screen because I am too lazy to figure out how to do that. Are we ready, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, how did everyone do? I got through 10 minutes, like 10 finished minutes. I don't know. I deleted 6 minutes from this. So just a lot of little triminies. How about you, Iona? You look very clean.
I cleansed. Now, it's so weird because in the hospital, my skin is not doing well.
It's that hospital air.
It's really rough. And so I actually was thinking about getting a humidifier in my office, which is crazy. But so I'm noticing I just keep having breakouts and breakouts and breakouts. And so I tried to do like a cleansing thing, but I can feel my skin feels like too dry and tight right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, but I bathed, I'm clean. I'm wearing my fun my crystal ball thinks you're full of shit sweatshirt for sleep times. And then I started looking at my cozy again to fix it a little bit.
Nice. So. Let's see how everyone else did. 331 words, fantastic. Did some world building and character profiles. Wonderful. It's funny because when I have to spend a lot of time in the hospital, I'll notice my skin getting kind of yucky too. It's hospital air.
I think they like, which is good, but I think they like super filter it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't know why that would make me like my skin.
No, it's like a normal thing. Like I know a lot of people who like hospital air. It's gross. It's gross air. Took a shower and fed my cat, but now she's meowing at the door, begging to be let out. Profiling a new character. I painted about a third of the page. Very nice. Organized which stock I'm bringing to a Yuletide event.
Cool.
Had to read what I wrote last night and got 268 more words.
Nice.
Walking into class late with Starbucks. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Iona. I love that shirt, Iona. I love that shirt.
Thank you.
Updated my outline.
Very nice.
Trying to find an alternative to the saying, but am I chopped liver?
Depends.
my first thought is fuck my drag. That's how I say am I chopped liver? It's fuck my drag. So there's an alternative, fuck my drag, or it depending on the setting. If it's like
that's
fantasy,
what I'm wondering about.
If it's fantasy, I'd be like, am I nothing to you? You know?
Nothing.
Yeah, am I nothing?
That's a good one.
I wrote, and am I the shit on your sandal? What am I, the shit on your sandal? But I ended up deleting that. That was going to be in a champion.
I like that.
But I ended up deleting it. So yeah.
That's
I had accidentally paused. I was wondering why Jenna was sitting so still.
Amazing.
Yes. But anywho, those are my ideas. Fuck my drag. Am I nothing to you? And am I the shit on your sandal? Da, 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 da. Odd everyone else seeing my message in YouTube like this. I don't understand.
I don't understand the question.
No, some people are saying that their usernames are showing up weird.
Huh.
Oh, the coffin emoji, I guess, wasn't showing up. I don't know.
It showed up on my end, like on our end.
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay.
I can see. Thank you for your suggestions. I'll probably go with it. I nothing to you. Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking? And then I got about 340 words edited over the draft to new edit, but X called me 5 minutes in the sprint, so I got disrupted. Cool.
I should have refilled this.
I'm using talk to text right now. It's fine. It's fine. Now I want a snack, but we're doing this. So completed a chapter, 3 to go to complete my first. Yay! Woo-hoo-hoo. Butters, when are you going to eat your breakfast? She's like, I'm watching my figure. You don't need to. You're perfect the way you are. You're perfect, Butters. All right, guys, send in your questions. Or I'm just going to talk to Butters about how perfect she is. You're just a baby. She got to see her friend Celine yesterday.
Yay!
They had so much fun together. Butters loves Celine. I was going to write, and then I just sat there. That's so relatable. That's the most relatable thing I've ever read.
I don't know why that would got me. It was
But for me, it's like I was going to write, but then I just doom scrolled, and I'm just on Instagram like, look at all these funny dogs. Like, that's me.
It's so good. Mine, I already got a little bit stuck, and so then I'm like, can I even write? I don't even know. I got to
writing?
A weird point. I don't know what to do. I'll figure it out. Honestly, I feel bad because I'm just going to keep sending it to you and be like, is it good?
No, what you got to do is you got to focus on the issues and like go through it with a fine-toothed comb. Like, okay, I need to show more. Here's where I show more and blah, blah, blah. What do you do when you try to force yourself to write and get brain fog? I force myself to write. That there's the only way out is through. You just do the thing. Like, and that's how I am every time I'm drafting and not editing. I'm drafting and just like, this is crap. It's all bad. Like I'm just smashing the keyboard like, this is bad. It's not good. And I just write it anyway. And then the next day I go through and salvage what I can and fix what's not salvageable. So this comes down to like overthinking is like, oh, I'm forcing myself to write, but I have brain fog and everything sucks. Like, yeah, that's normal. That's not a you thing. That's an everyone thing. You're either the person who's writing the first draft going, this is amazing. And then you read it later and you go, I suck. You're either that person or you're the person drafting a first draft like, this is a steaming pile of shit. And then you read it later and fix it. You're one of those two. Those are the only options you have. So it's normal to feel the way you're describing. You just do it anyway, knowing that future you is going to fix it.
Also, the more that you keep doing it anyway, and you can anyway, the less the brain fog will freak you out.
Right.
Because you will nothing will happen if you write with brain fog. Maybe it's a little bit more disjointed. Who knows? But it kind of doesn't matter because whether you write with brain fog or not, you still have written something rather than giving in and then to your like worries and then your brain using brain fog to make you avoid it. And it can turn into this vicious cycle.
Right. Yeah, like for example, I'm working on my rom-com again and it's been a while and I was working on it and I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like, I don't know if this is any good. Like, I don't know if this is punchy and I'm feeling that way. And then I read it again the next day and I'm like, oh, this is really good. It's just a little too long. Cut this chunk. Cut this chunk. And I'm like, this is great. This is so punchy and it has good personality. I was like, what was I worried about? Like, it's totally workable. And it's like, sometimes you just need that reminder that like the voice that's like being like, is normal and you have to just move past it. And then, so now when I start writing, I'm like, oh, this is sucky. I'm just like, okay, Jenna, just shut up and just keep going. Yeah. And then it'll be fine. Future, you can fix it. Emerges from is that pronounced fugue?
Fugue.
Okay. State 9 hours later. Am I a famous writer yet? What do you think about tracking word counts? I've seen it both ways. Either track every single word or track none of them. It depends on the person. Do whatever works for you. I'm always cognizant of the word count just because like I don't track how many words I write in a day, but as my manuscript progresses, I will pay attention to the word count just to get an idea of, is this getting too long? Like, because I'm an overwriter, like, it's getting a little too long. Like, it's getting a little too long. Like, I'm cognizant in that way, but I don't track how many words I write in a day. I don't see the point in that. Also, if I were to be like, oh, I have to write 4,000 words in a day, that will only encourage me to write a ton of nonsense just to meet that, as opposed to writing quality stuff that matters. But some people need to track the words they write in a day in order to be motivated. So it just depends on the person.
Yeah. I found I had to do goals of like I'll write to this particular plot point. And then that's a lot better for me because I was
Yeah.
doing the garbage thing with the word count.
Hmm. I think I'm the type that's this is a steaming pile of shit, but I'm having fun. When I edit, the professional editor I made up in mind will be thankful they can read. Very nice. Although you have to edit it first before you send it to an editor. Just keep that in mind. And
No,
also,
they're saying like when they edit themselves. Their future editor self.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that I like to warn writers about. Professional editors are like the accountants of the writing world. And that if you work in finance, like I have worked in finance, what you will know is the accountants are the antisocial finance people. Editors are like that. So they don't have, most editors don't have good bedside manner. Like basically some of the people who have made me feel really bad were editors. And it's not just like because they said that, like editors are supposed to tell you what's wrong with your writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had some editors who are like wonderful to work with and weren't that way at all. But I'm just saying that when you do hire a professional editor, if some of them don't have good bedside manner, and just be prepared for that. Some of them are wonderful though. My editor for How to Write Romantasy was the best editor I've ever worked with. And if I could hire her for every project, I would. But yeah.
I want to see something actually.
A friend recommended I put maximums on the amount I write in a day. I'm aiming for 400 per day, which means that I usually hit that point and stop with lots of thoughts still in the tank. Your friend,
I don't agree.
I feel like I can't tell if your friend is, this is so mean. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it anyway. I can't tell if your friend is just like doesn't know what they're talking about or if they're deliberately trying to sabotage you. 400 words is 1 page. If you only write 1 page a day, what? That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it would be one. Okay, it would be one thing. This is the only situation I can think of that like makes sense. But if you are like getting down on yourself about certain things, like, oh, I didn't write whatever today, or I wrote 1,000 words yesterday, but I only wrote 400 today, being like not the at least 400, but like, no, 400 is like, that's how you know you did a good job.
yeah.
Like that's you mark that number to know that you did a good job and you met a goal. That's fine. But being like you're in the writing zone. Also, it takes me a long time to even get in the writing zone.
Right.
And then to yank myself out of it. I mean, if that's working for you, that's fine. Just keep doing it. But I just don't see that working out for a lot of people.
It seemed like I'm just sitting here, like if someone recommended this to me, I would be like, why do you hate me? Like putting a cap on you, like saying you have to stop at 400 is insane. It's one thing if they said aim for at least 400, and then if you hit 400, you can stop or keep going. That makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I hit 400 words, I wrote 1 page, and I did the thing, and now I can stop if I want to. But if you're in the zone, I don't know. This friend is, yeah, that seems insane. Yes, I agree, Sean. I think your friend, I'm questioning their loyalty to you. But I'm just protective. I'm protective of my followers. Maybe they are loyal to you, and they are a nice person. They just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Who knows? But I'm protective.
Mm-hmm. I think it's because you and I both, and you more so just because yours is like, this is your business. Mm-hmm. But you and I both have been around people who like wanted to be helpful, but like didn't know what they were talking about. And so they were more harm than good, which can cause some like resentment and some stunted growth, or vice versa. They've been actively like sabotagey.
Right. They are also writing and also doing that method. Oh my God, you save them from themselves. So I at least trust that it's a genuine recommendation, even if, save them from
there themselves. We go. Okay, that's good to know. That is helpful because I know intention doesn't matter in some instances, but in other instances, I think intention does matter. So that's good that that's like their thing. Right. They might even be doing a mind game with themselves. Like for instance, I don't know how to compare this, but like for instance, when I was in school and taking like tests and stuff, especially in like grad school, I needed to have double the amount of time on the standardized testing. And it's not because I actually needed to take double the amount of time. It's just that when I knew that I had all the time in the world, I didn't flip the fuck out about time.
Right.
So it was one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm recommending this to myself because I know, well, it's an accommodation, but like I needed this so that I know that I'll be okay and not wig out. Whereas with this one, it's like, actually, you have to stop after 400. Maybe that's their head game to themselves. And they're like, screw you, you can't tell me what to do. And that like they blast past it. I could see that maybe working.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm stuck somewhere in the middle where tracking words stresses me out, but not tracking words also stresses me out. Just, I would recommend doing what I do, which is where I don't track the words, but I pay, because at the bottom of the Word document, it says the word count, and I'm just like inactively cognizant. That's what I would recommend.
Another thing you can do is make it for the day or instead of the day, you can make it for the week or the month or whatever, and see how much is written before and after.
Exactly. I like to know how many words I do per sprint because I like to compete with myself, but I'm also not the kind of person to get, yes, exactly. That's good. It's good to know yourself. Growing up dancing helped me handle criticism, and knowing that your first try is a starting point on the journey to a work of art, I approached writing the same way. Exactly. I couldn't fathom having a cap to force myself to stop writing it, right? For me, my cap is when I start like there's a difference between, oh, this is bad, but I'll power through. There's a difference between that feeling and spiraling into insecurity. And when I start spiraling and like second guessing my whole life, that's when I know I need to stop for the day. And I usually don't reach that until I've been writing for hours and hours, and I start like second guessing my entire world and everything. And that's when I'm like, okay, I've been working on it for too long. So I can't imagine being like a word count cap. It's more like a mental state cap. I'm working on a draft 2 right now for a book I'm writing, and the first draft was absolutely a pile of shit. This one is pretty shit too, but less so, I think. Yeah, exactly. For some reason, that's reminding me of the health app on my phone, which tracks my walking. It lets me set a target I want to hit, but then also offers auto pause when target is hit. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Exactly.
I get having a celebration, like, oh my gosh, you hit your target. Oh my God. And then like at least for like a stepper for me, like whenever I was doing counting steps and stuff, if I went over, it would start like wrapping back around itself, like in like, cause it did almost like a pie chart track. And then it would like start doubling up. I was like, look how much I've walked today, but like not pausing.
Lord help the editor that talks to me sideways. I don't have a bad temper, but I'll clap back without even thinking. You're going to have to...
You got to check that a little bit.
This industry is filled with this kind of shit. And listen, this is me talking. I'm a bitch. Look at my mug.
Okay? Yes! I love that
IONA.
Have it.
Yeah.
I love that it was within reach.
Right. Like I get it. I am a clapbacker, whatever. I am the same way, but you're going to have to learn professional ways to flip the bitch switch. That's what I call it.
Yes, that's great.
You're going to have to learn professional ways, or you're going to have to learn to vent to a friend, and then be professional with that person. Yes. Because if you like clap back at an editor, they're just going to drop you. And then who the fuck's going to edit your book? You know what I mean? Or and like there are a lot of artists in this industry. So like if you're working with a cover artist or a character artist or something, a lot of, unfortunately, the stereotype can be true. A lot of artists are very flaky. And so you're going to have to nag them a bit, and it's going to be very tempting to be bitchy to them. But then if you're bitchy to them, they might just refund your money and be like, peace out, bitch. So it's about learning to navigate these annoyances in a professional way and maybe venting to a friend. That doesn't mean you should be a pushover. You should, like I'm not, there's and when I talk about editors talking to you sideways, what I mean is them saying something like, this isn't personal experience, but this is the best example I could think of, is a professional way to say it would be you struggle with pacing, you have a lot of info dumps, and this is what you need to work on. Some editors are not very socially aware, and they might just say, your book is really boring. It's going to put people to sleep. So you see what I mean? It's not like they're saying, fuck you, die, get hit by a car. They're just going to deliver the news in not a nice way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that's clear. But again, some editors are great. I've noticed, well, no, that's not true. I was going to say I've noticed this trend, but that doesn't really work. Anywho.
Yeah, I think also I love looking at, this is just the same sentiment of looking at when you do need to clap back professionally, there's ways to do it. But also like Jenna was saying, where the editor is ultimately going to help you even if their bedside manner is really bad. And so it's helpful to know how to work with other people in your industry. Because I keep thinking about it, this is your coworker, sort of. Like as coworkery as this very solitary job can be. And so it's kind of like, why would you flip out on your coworker when they're doing their job just because you're like, you have to know how to work with different kinds of just different kinds of personalities.
Right. Like I had one editor whose bedside manner was so bad. Like they just said everything in like the rudest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
But everything they were very helpful. Like I learned a lot from them. It's just, you just kind of have to sit there and be like, okay, this person's just not very socially great. Like I said, they're the accountants of the editing world. But then again, my editor for How to Write Romantasy was socially perfect and wonderful. And I still learned a lot from her. So again, not all editors are this way, but it is a stereotype and like kind of
it's also kind of like prevalent enough that you should prepare on talk with them.
Yeah. And if you have an editor who makes you feel like nothing but like, oh, your writing's perfect and you're like so great.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
You've hired a schmeditor. After 20 to 30 years, both of you guys will be legends. So happy to feel that. And from now, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I've been doing this for 10 years. So I don't know about that, but thank you.
I get my shit out there.
Jenna's after writing from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Maybe the Savior's Army should be. It really is like that. Maybe it should be. I'll be working on it, and like Iona knows because recently I was like, I don't know. Like I have a character named Daphne who is a very successful author, and her book got a Netflix deal, and I was like, and it's gonna be prevalent. She's gonna have her own book, and I was like, I don't know if she should have a Netflix deal. Like I feel like I should change her whole career, and Iona's like, Jenna, just give her the Netflix deal. It's fine. And that was when I knew, okay, I need to stop for the day because I'm thinking of changing a character's entire story arc. That's when I know, okay, I need to stop. Iona, where did you find this mug? Because this was a gift from Iona.
I think, hold on, let me see something. I think it was on Etsy. I get a lot of stuff from Etsy. I know that's like a very white person thing to do, but here we are.
It's a cunty thing to do.
Hold on. Maybe I did something weird where. Okay, I did get it off of Etsy, but you can actually get it on Amazon now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're called UNT mugs. And so if you look up UNT mug, you can get them. They're kind of
Flip
weird,
the bitch
though,
switch is iconic. Yes.
Oh, there's one that has a heart and a period. Man, now I want to get you.
I can just be an UNT collector. By the same token, you don't want an editor who just tells you everything is great. Exactly. And I've known people who like, oh, I love working with my editor. They loved my book. They say
they text me all the time. Oh my gosh, that weirded me out so much. They text me all the time out like screaming how much they love it. Weird. That's weird behavior. That's also not professional.
Right. I am someone who like I loved Ashes and I wasn't the editor. I was just a reader and I wasn't texting her all the time screaming about how much I loved it. So why would an editor do that?
It's very, very performative in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very strange.
This is schmeditor behavior. You want them, if they don't find anything, there was one editor I hired and she only found 2 mistakes in the book. This was like books ago. And I immediately was like, oh, Right. Yeah. What did I pay her for? She only found 2 mistakes. That's not a good sign. That you need it. So I had to go and hire someone else. Yeah, I used to be a program director and I've been a live performer for years, so I become a pro at clapping back professionally. Yes.
Oh, good.
So,
Okay, so you already know the difference. You already know the
mhm.
difference. Program director is like that's a toughie. You'll be fine.
I have a problem with giving my characters unique voices. Like I could write about out a group conversation and switch the names, and it wouldn't matter because they all talk the same.
Oh,
This
okay.
this goes back to getting a better idea of understanding your characters, fully fleshing them out. I would go back to the character profile stage, because when you fully understand their background, their personalities, their voices are naturally going to come out different. So, like, if one character is posh and rich and lived a very privileged life, their voice is naturally going to be different than the kid who grew up on food stamps. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. So this goes back to fleshing out the characters. So I would go back to that.
Then whenever you said that, it immediately made me think of like Luckiest Girl Alive, where she grew up really poor, but she went super posh to make up for it. Like, and so she was like faking being rich. She like Tiffany, but she went by Ani to be like to fit in with the elite. Anyway, but I'm just saying, like, the more you know your character,
Right.
like, the more their voice will come out.
Yeah, this is not, if an editor talks like this to you, then they're weird.
Also, yeah, that's also way too far. That's good that you would clap back then, because then you don't want to have them as an editor. That's very strange. They're more so like really, really blunt, I guess would be the word, maybe. But yeah.
I hate when I ask for feedback and everyone just goes, I like it. I know, it's so frustrating when you send like a manuscript out and they're just like,
Thumbs up.
great.
This was
Yeah.
great.
It's like, that to me that means they like
I
don't
think that
care.
means they didn't read it.
Exactly. They don't care. They didn't read it. So, anywho, let's do another sprint because I want to get this shit done.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we're setting the timer for 20 minutes. I also have to pee. Oh, Butters, I know. She's like, did you say pee? I love to pee. Okay, guys, setting the timer. We're going to do another sprint. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, how did everyone do? I got myself a snack. I got Cliff a snack, and I did more trimming, and I took my meds. How about you, Iona?
I was able to find a place to introduce how Amaya looks a little bit earlier, but I'm doing the thing that I don't like as much. Like, or that it's not that I dislike it, but I'm just very aware of it. Or I'm using a reflection to describe her.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't recommend that
Yeah.
because it's considered a cliche.
I
However, I do kind of do that in a
It's not-
rom com, but it's more like I just have her looking in a reflection so she can brush crumbs off of it. But then I don't describe her fully. I just talk about her clothes.
what I have, okay, can I read it to you?
Sure.
Okay, it's not, just bear with me, but basically I have her like zooming in because she's late. She slams the car door and she's like, oh my god, my hair, because she's using like, okay, so hold on. My hair was frizzed out, so I tried to scrape it into a ponytail using my warped reflection in the driver's side window, but it ended up looking like a black duster. And my usually warm, light brown skin and rounded cheeks looked sallow and sunken, as if I was dulled. And I forced a smile to become more presentable, but even my chunky green sweater sagged and plaid maxi skirt rumpled in protest. I feel like that's too much description in the window.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
You
I
don't
like
think?
it. I like
Okay.
it, but I would just, see what the editor says if it's considered a cliche. But what people don't like is when they're just looking in the mirror and saying, I have brown eyes, and you know what I mean? But this is something where it's like I'm trying to
It
make sure.
worked its way in.
Right.
Like,
It makes sense in this situation. It doesn't seem to me, it doesn't seem like the mirror cliche because she's checking to make sure she looks okay and she's realizing she doesn't. Like and people do that. So to me it doesn't fit the mirror cliche, but I would check with what your editor said. But I don't think it was too much description at all. If anything, I would want more as a reader. But it's definite but that's just a me thing.
It's tough because it's like first person too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing is like no one, like I remember being like, no one says my black hair or my brown skin, you know what I mean? Unless it like is brought up. And so it's like I'm trying to find reasons why she would even bring up, like it's like it looks like a black duster is like it helps.
The thing is that I hate it when people say that because I would say that. I would
When
say
when you say like my
I would say my dark brown hair. Like I would say that. So for me, when people don't say that, I'm like, I would, but okay. But also, if you look at any first person book, they all do the same thing. So
okay.
This is not
So it's like okay, it's still within reason for multiple reasons.
The book that I'm reading right now does the thing that I thought you're not supposed to do, where they just said and this is a USA Today bestseller, like super popular book. And she's like, I'm talking to Brian. He's a white man with a blue shirt. It's just a sentence saying, this is what he is. Whereas usually it's sort of like he's like he's wiping the sweat off of his shiny bald head and his cheeks are extra pink from the sweat. Like usually you're introducing it with there's a reason that you're explaining it, but what she does with every character is like, this is my friend Molly, she's a redhead with da 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 da. So
it's not like naturally worked in. It's just like a little bit fourth wall breaky sounding to me.
Well, but like I said, this is a huge book, so apparently it's fine. So you're doing it in a way that makes more sense, and this is does that make sense?
So I could even get away with yeah.
Because what you're doing, at least she's looking at herself for a reason, as opposed to being because usually when I describe what someone looks like, if I do it in that way where it's like Brian was a white man, it's because they're meeting the person for the first time. So it's like Delphi is a woman with brown skin, and they're taking them in. But if I'm describing someone who the character already knows, if I'm describing what they look like, there's a reason for it. Like in the rom-com, what's her name? Elena describes what Daphne looks like because she's talking about how Daphne's so pissed, but she still looks soft even when she's pissed. And this is why she still looks soft even when she's pissed. So usually, all that to say is you found a reason to describe what she looks like that makes natural sense. And I think you're overthinking it. Like, no one would say my black hair because I would. So why wouldn't she?
Okay.
So, overthinking it. Don't worry. And also keep in mind that first person point of view isn't people will say like, oh, it's the main character telling their story. It's not. They're still a narrator.
Mm-hmm.
If you're telling a story to me verbally, that's not the same thing as you telling a first person narrative.
Yeah.
So in a first
I
person
have
narrative,
to remember that because
yeah.
I often conflate them, and I know logically that's not true, but then it's almost like I start making it too talky, if that
Yeah,
makes
and
sense.
that's when it goes into tell instead of show.
Mm-hmm.
So like there are like it's fine to insert personality, like their personality
Mm-hmm.
into it, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that they are narrating a story. They're not verbalizing a story.
That is, I think that has been like a lot of my issue because I was like, oh well, like even just now, like, oh, no one would say that. Well, even though some people even say that, like you are saying.
Well,
Excuse
what
me.
I mean is I might not say to you, someone who knows my hair color, I might not verbalize to you, oh, so I was playing with my dark brown curly hair. I wouldn't say
Mhm.
that to you because you know what my hair color is. But if I was narrating the story of my life to a crowd of strangers,
Mhm.
I would say, oh, so I was playing with my dark brown curly hair because these
Mhm.
people don't know what I look like.
Mhm.
It's a difference. That's why when it's
Mhm.
like, oh, no one would say that. It's like, well, yeah, if she's telling the stories to someone who doesn't know who she is and what she looks like, she would say that.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Good
not the
call.
same thing as just talking to a friend, you
I
know.
want to work in there too, her note, because I really also, oh, that was something else that popped up. Is her nose is considered a Greek nose, but she's
Uh-huh.
not Greek. So I think I'm just gonna say,
I would just add it in a different place where it becomes relevant
okay.
because it's not like, for example, I have most of Jamie's description in one big paragraph, but
Yeah.
I don't mention his eye color until a little bit later when he's like staring at her with wide eyes, you know. It just
Yeah.
you because something, you know, it's fine. I would just because there's no way for you to work in the Greek nose in that position because wouldn't be like my Greek nose, which is usually Greek, is now, I don't know,
Because
Roman.
she's like, yeah, because she's just like, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, and the other time I did is like, brought up her eye color was a little earlier, where she's like, her eyes look like wild in the rear view mirror, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, like I
Yeah.
look like a mess. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, okay. Thank you for listening.
No problem. A snack, but you both are a snack. Thank you very much. You want to know what Cliff's snack was?
What was it?
A donut.
More donuts. I
So guys,
cannot believe he's eating that.
yes.
I'm so excited for him.
So
Is he gonna do
so
a churro?
huh?
He's
Oh,
killed.
I'm sure eventually, but you know,
Okay.
we had a box of donuts, so you know. Oh, I know, Bubba's. I know you're so cute. She's sitting with me like hello. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, Cliff has a chronic pain condition called CRPS.
Mhm.
It is the most painful condition in medical science. It is more painful than childbirth and cancer and amputation. Um,
Mhm.
and a lot of people think a lot of people think that CRPS is forever and you can't recover from it, but that is not true.
Mhm.
You can recover from it, but it takes so much work and it takes a team of people to help you. Our neurological physical therapists co-worker, like colleagues, said not an exaggeration, that recovering from CRPS is like training for the Olympics, except you don't get a medal in the end. So it takes years upon years upon years and a whole team of people to help you recover.
Yeah.
Which is why most people don't recover, because you have to have these resources and not everyone has these resources. And even for us, we're fortunate because we're in a financially comfortable position, which gives us greater access to resources. But even then, there were like 5 years where no doctors wanted to help Cliff. They were like, we give up, you know, and it
Mhm.
took finding someone to advocate for us to get. Anyway, you guys get the idea. It's really, really hard to recover, but it is possible.
Mhm.
And 2023, we kind of had a really horrible year, but it led to a breakthrough in his CRPS. And since then, he has been recovering exponentially. So the thing about CRPS is it is a chronic pain condition, but it's all in the brain chemistry. It's in control of your neurological system. And how it forms is people develop CRPS because they usually have some kind of accident that causes a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And what happens is their body gets traumatized by all that pain, and so the body learns to be overprotective it learns to make the nervous system overprotective so that it never has an accident like that again. So the way it becomes overprotective is it starts sending insane pain signals to things that normally wouldn't cause pain, just to keep you from doing the thing that would cause the accident. So for example, Cliff fell and broke his spine. So for years, like Cliff has had CRPS for a decade. For years, his body would experience immense pain. And I'm talking, like I said, pain worse than childbirth if he walked, because his body's like, oh, you're moving around. You don't want to fall and break your spine. So it would be shit like that. And CRPS is also an inflammatory condition because the brain experiences inflammation. So if he did anything that would cause brain inflammation, he would experience this insane pain. And the thing is that a lot of food is inflammatory. So like gluten is inflammatory, like basically like breads, pasta is inflammatory.
So, soy.
Yes, soy is inflammatory, and sweets are inflammatory. And it got to a point where so many food, there was a point in time where Cliff had chicken and vegetable soup every single day for quite literally a full year because his body could not handle anything. You really don't understand. Like even fruit would be inflammatory for him. Like it was horrible. And it got to a point where he lost so much weight that he ended up being hospitalized and was just kind of like, give me like fluids or, give me something because I can't eat anything without experiencing serious pain. It was really, really, really horrible. Like CRPS is called the suicide disease because most people with CRPS kill themselves because they can't take it because you're in this extreme amount of pain. So anywho, 2023, we had a huge breakthrough and he's been improving exponentially ever since. And it's been slow things at first. Like he was actually able to eat like what would be considered a paleo diet for a while, which is much better than, let's say, chicken and vegetable soup every single day. So he was having a paleo diet. Then he was able to have gluten. So he's starting to eat pasta again and bread again. And just last week, he started, like for the first time in literally 13 years, he was able to have sweets. So last week he had a donut, totally fine, no pain at all. Then the next day he had pie, totally fine, no pain at all. Then the next day he had a donut and a pie, totally fine, no pain at all. So
getting crazy.
So he just had a donut right now, totally fine, no pain at all. So this is honestly like a huge breakthrough because what this means is that his CRPS is not because desserts, it still causes inflammation. That's the way it is.
Yes.
It causes inflammation in me. It causes inflammation in Iona. It causes brain inflammation in everyone. But the difference is that most people do not react to the inflammation. Usually only people with chronic illnesses react to the inflammation. That's why a lot of people who have chronic illnesses have to be on special diets. Or they don't know they have to be on special diets and they're suffering like crazy. So the fact that he's able to eat sweets and have this inflammation and his CRPS isn't firing, it basically means that his CRPS is starting to heal and his body is starting to be like, I don't have to be overprotective.
Not scared.
Anymore. Yeah. I don't have to be overprotective anymore. It's a huge, it's like, I cannot even like all this week, I'll randomly be like, hey Cliff, guess what? You had a donut. It's been, imagine 13 years not being able to have a dessert. If you guys have seen some of his past birthday pictures, you'll see that after he was like just the last 2 years, he started being able to have fruit. And if you see his birthday pictures from the last 2 years, you'll see that my mom put candles into a watermelon for him to blow out on his birthday because that was the only sweet he could have. I cannot emphasize how huge this is. The fact that he's not having in like immense pain. The pain he has, if you read The Savior's Champion, you are familiar with it. The pain he has, we call it shocks. Because it basically feels like he's being electrocuted and he will react like he's being electrocuted. He's like, oh, like that's it'll be like that I think the one time it was every 17 seconds. I was counting for like 3 days straight. It's very intense pain. Like I'm not exaggerating. Suicide disease, worse pain than childbirth. It's horrible. But anywho, all that said, because we have resources and because I've been working my ass off, because he calls me his angel and he says I saved his life. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but most people don't have a me to help them out, but I have helped him out significantly, and also we are in a financially comfortable position, which helps because a lot of the stuff we have to get for him
Because of the work you did, though, because I just think I get so excited because I hate that you went through all of this and that you still are going through all of this for both of you. And at the same time, it's like it was your like fantasy that
Mhm.
got everybody through everything, which I think is incredible.
Yeah. So I'm very, very happy, and I just feel like this year has been like such a blessing. I mean, this year is a nightmare and terrible in the grand world. In the world, this year has been awful, but in our family, it's been a really, really good year for us.
Yeah.
It's been the best Cliff has been since he first broke his spine, and I'm very, very excited for him that he's able to eat sweets now, and like next birthday he can have like a birthday cake. It's just crazy, you know. So this is I cannot emphasize enough how huge this is for him. Like this is the biggest, to me, this is the biggest milestone we've had yet, because when I tell you for a full year, it might have been 2 years, he could only eat chicken and vegetable soup. And there was 1 year, I don't know why, but all he could have was salami for months.
I
That was
remember.
all.
I don't know if I knew you then, but I remember you telling me about it.
And that's the year that he literally lost 45 pounds.
Oh, God.
This man is 6'2".
Yeah.
He weighed 145 pounds.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And what was crazy is people would see him and they'd be like, man, what's your weight loss routine? Cliff has never been a fat guy or anything. Cliff has always been underweight. Like when he was normal, like when he wasn't disabled, he was 6'2" and 175 pounds, which is still light for us. It was already trim.
Very beanpole. That's how my husband, it's like the shape, it's like their body shape.
Yeah. But he got down to 145 and people were like, what's your fitness routine? And he
starving,
was like,
actually, and I'm miserable and not well. So
he literally was like, I'm paralyzed. That's my routine. And everyone would get quiet.
My legs have atrophied. That's why. Like, my God. What a weird thing to say.
But anywho, it's a huge deal. And we're very, very excited. And look, where is Buttercup? She's right here. Look at her. Look at that baby.
She's so cute.
Okay, but let me catch up because people are saying nice things.
I'm really happy for you.
Lucky for him, Angel Jenna Moreci is with every time since I learned 10 years from watching your channel. You are everything for him, Jenna. That is true life, helping someone other than yourself. Thank you. I give myself the pat on the back.
It's total power couple, like stuff too, because it's like
like recently I was at my parents' house while Cliff was at the hospital, and I was talking to the doctor, and I was rattling off so much medical stuff that the doctor was like, "Are you a medical professional?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just a Cliff professional." Like I basically should have an honorary medical degree, and I'm not exaggerating, but my medical degree would be in like CRPS. Yeah. And I got off the phone and my parents were like, holy shit, how do you know all that stuff? How do you have this memorized? And I'm like, 13 years of
I'm a caregiver
with one of the most
complex disorder.
Yeah, with one of the most complicated disorders out there. Like,
and it affects the whole body.
Right. And that's what people don't understand is, like, for example, he was hospitalized this year with pancreatitis. And everyone's like, how do you get pancreatitis? I'm like, he has CRPS. It's just one of those things that affects everything. So he
also, let alone the CRPS, that's your brain. His spine. Yeah. Like, hello, your spine. That affects a lot of things.
Right.
Like,
wow, I knew, of course, that you all were on a serious medical journey, but I never knew the extent of it. Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm glad you've been able to experience these breakthroughs. Yes, it's crazy.
I'm really happy.
It sounds similar to some people who have long COVID. No, it's 50 times worse than long COVID.
Yeah. Long COVID is a chronic disease, but this is so much more complex than long COVID.
Yes. And I'm not saying that to like reduce long COVID, but it reminds me of people when they're kind of like, oh yeah, like I know what it's like to break a spine. I tore my ACL, and tearing an ACL is really like detrimental, but
it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, like literally,
in severity wise, you can actually compare because it's more severe and complex.
Yeah, complex regional pain syndrome is considered basically aside from the fact that it's not going to kill you, like cancer could kill you. It could kill you because they're like most people with CRPS kill themselves because it's just that painful. And it's an everyday thing. So the fact that he's recovering from it is a huge deal, because if he had to deal with this for the rest of life, like, I wouldn't blame him if he was like, I want to end it all, because it, like, I have had I have PTSD for other reasons, but I have had PTSD reactions just watching him suffer from this. I mean, imagine someone you love being struck by lightning every 17 seconds for 3 days straight. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
That's so amazing to hear, Jenna, who's chopping onions. Yeah, it's crazy. That's amazing. I don't know Cliff, but I'm rooting for him. He's wonderful. Yes. All of your good, exciting news definitely gives me hope with everything else going on. Yay.
We like seeing like health and like a light in the darkness.
Right.
I like that you're talking about it.
It's absolutely wild. I had my own near-death experience, several broken bones, massive surgery, and Cliff experienced that 1,000 times. Yeah, and I mean, like, that's not to say, like, obviously what you went through is
very
horrible.
Scary, very big deal.
Yeah, but this was just, I mean, he suffered with CRPS for 4 years before they diagnosed him with it, and once he got the diagnosis, like, imagine, the thing is, when you have a chronic pain condition, a lot of doctors just think you are drug seeking. And and so a lot of doctors wouldn't take him seriously about the pain, even though he did not want the addictive drugs. He did not want opioids or benzos. Like, what he was like, I think something's wrong. Can I get a diagnosis? And they just were like, oh, fuck you. Like,
which is, so this is what's crazy, is that this is not even remotely the same or as severe at all. But like, whenever I was looking, because I suspected I had Ehlers-Danlos, and then I was like, they were like, oh, we don't work with anyone who suspects that because everyone wants drugs. And it's like, that's Ehlers-Danlos. That is not even a spine thing. No. So
what's crazy, opioids and stuff, they don't help CRPS. So even if he got the diagnosis, he wouldn't be getting prescribed that. So it's like, and then once we finally saw someone and they're like, I think you have CRPS, they checked his file and they saw that one of his past doctors 3 years before had suspected he had CRPS and just never told us. And if we could have saved him 3 years of suffering if that doctor had mentioned it to us. So for 4 years he had CRPS and no one told us. And finally a doctor's like, I think you have CRPS. And then once we got the diagnosis, it was so validating because so many doctors acted like he was exaggerating. And she's like, no, this is the suicide disease. People kill themselves. And she was telling, and I don't know if HIPAA and all that, but basically she said that she's had patients who are like, I am going to fly to Europe and get euthanasia because I can't, I'm done. I'm done. And she's like, that's what this disease is like. But yeah, I have,
which is validating. As weird as that sounds,
right?
Like, that's validating,
because it's when you have so many doctors telling you you're making it up for opioids, and he's like, I don't even want opioids. Yeah, I just want a diagnosis so that I can
tell me what's wrong.
Yeah. I have fibromyalgia and it sucks so bad, but fibromyalgia is actually like a cousin to CRPS. They are similar in how they work, in terms of them being like chronic pain conditions. So there's another one that's...
Although, side note, fibromyalgia, I'm not telling you how to think TM Sparrow. It's just because she's been in some of the like Writer Wednesday live streaming things, that I sometimes wonder if TM Sparrow has Ehlers-Danlos, because sometimes fibromyalgia is like an umbrella thing that isn't an actual like diagnosis. They're just like, wow, you're in so much pain, like we can't figure it out, so we're gonna call it this. It's not like an actual like like testable, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
I see what you're saying. Because sometimes they just give you, it's kind of like anxiety, the anxiety to PTSD to autism route. They always diagnose you with anxiety first, and then you take the anxiety meds and they're not working. And then that's when you have PTSD, you have autism. So again, TM Sparrow very well could have fibromyalgia. We're not saying you do not have
No. It's like you definitely have it. It's just that it's also like a catch-all as well.
Yes. This is what it is also used as diagnosis when docs don't know what's going on at all. Exactly. Yes.
So thank you.
So what Iona's trying to say is you very well could have fibromyalgia, but if you are not, you yourself are not certain, we don't know because we don't know your medical diagnosis. If you're like me, who got diagnosed with anxiety, but the treatment plan they were on is not helping, dig deeper, and they might have just given you the umbrella, and you're really it's
more specified too.
But like for example, there are plenty of people who just have anxiety. It is a very real diagnosis. But for me, I didn't have anxiety. I had PTSD and autism. Well, I had CPTSD,
and also PTSD is an anxiety disorder. So it's like you're saying, like the umbrella, like you totally have anxiety.
Right.
But if you start digging a little more, you can discover,
I needed a treatment plan that was specific to this type of anxiety. Yeah.
Yes. And also TM Sparrow has talked about some things where I'm like, are you in the EDS club with me? Because I'm curious.
Right. So we're saying it could very well be fibromyalgia, but if you're like, this isn't real, math ain't mathin', then it might be a more specific thing. Like for me, I got on anxiety meds, and I would say they took the autism iceberg is real. Yes.
Also, the IBS of pain is totally what I'm talking about too. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it just helped the tip of the iceberg. So they put me on more anxiety meds, and then it helped a little bit more. But I was like, I'm still, and then I got diagnosed with PTSD, and they're like, oh, okay, we need to we're treating the mental anxiety. We're not treating the physical fight or flight reactions that PTSD causes. And so they got me on another medication that's more specific to PTSD, and now I feel much better. But anywho, thank you guys for listening to me info dump about Cliff. I'm just like
I'm so excited. I feel like it's not info dumping. We get to celebrate with you. Like you just shared so much so that we could celebrate with you, so we understood the context, you know?
And a lot of the milestones are harder to like explain, but this one
because you have to do this whole educational thing to even but
this one is so much easier, where it's like he can eat a dessert, like and I cannot. It's literally been 13 years since he's had a dessert. Like it's literally 13 years. Like this is insanity. And so Cliff is like, we had hot dogs last night. He hasn't had a hot dog in 13 years. I know that's not a dessert, but I'm just pointing like there's bread around a hot dog. Deal. Yeah. It's just like he's able to eat like a normal person now, and it's very, very exciting. So I'm really
excited too, because if this obviously he's gonna take it slow and test things out and stuff like that, but I'm kind of bummed because just a couple months ago when I was like, I got you ice cream, and then I started flipping out because I was like, oh no, I didn't get Cliff anything, because I knew internally that he couldn't, but then I was like, why did I do this? And you're like, girl, he cannot have it. And I was like, and you're like, he can't have it, stop.
It's funny because the whole 13 years, my mom still asks Cliff, like, she still offers him sweets. And I'm like, he can't have it, but now he can. So my mom's negligence can
could just happen.
Right. But anywho, I'd feel crazy if I had medical professionals who won't listen and try to find a diagnosis. That's exactly
that's what medical gaslighting is.
Yeah. I had when I first brought up my autism, the doctor quite literally laughed at me. And when I got off the phone, I burst into tears. I felt so embarrassed. Like he asked me if I was having a mental breakdown. Anywho, so then I complained about him. I kind of submitted a complaint, and they gave me a different doctor, and she was skeptical, because everyone's always skeptical when a woman thinks they have autism because we're better at masking. She was skeptical, but she still ran through the tests for me like a doctor's supposed to. And then she's like, yeah, so you passed as having autism on every single test. So
that's the thing, is you can't just turn off the mask. It's there to protect, but it's also makes people fall through the cracks. It's like that snake eating its own tail thing.
Right. Ehlers Danlos and CPTSD are a fun combo because I can't physically handle some of the better helpful meds. Oh, that sucks. But the one that has made the biggest change for me is propranolol. My God, that changed my life. So yeah, I'm happy for you and Cliff. That is yes. Everyone's happy for you, Cliff.
Thank you.
He says thank you.
Eat that donut. Donut celebration.
Iona says, eat that donut. This will be a great memoir and love story. I wish one day you'll write it and earn lots of money. See, that's the thing is everyone always tells me that I should write this or that Cliff should write it and I be his ghostwriter. But it's like, I don't want to relive the trauma. But maybe one day when we're old and
that's
gray.
totally fair. I mean, I know this is, we've talked about it, not related to this, but if anyone has seen BoJack Horseman, there's one episode where, oh shoot, what's her name? Diane. She's the writer, and she's like, I'm gonna write about my trauma. Like, I'm gonna write it, I'm gonna do it. And she started writing it, and she just couldn't do it. But then she started writing a middle grade, and it was a lot of fun. And it did really well.
Mm-hmm.
If only we could do something.
something about his glaucoma and his cervix.
I forgot about the cervix.
OMG. Yeah, he's been sitting next to me the whole time I'd show you, but he left to go to the bathroom. So,
but it's funny because she was like, if I don't write about my trauma, is it all for nothing? Then it just happened. It was something bad that happened. It's like, yeah, that's what trauma is. It's something bad that happened, and
right.
Like, you can't make sense
of
it.
It is all for nothing.
Yeah, yeah, it's like it's and people who grow from it grow despite it, not because. That's why
I would much
Phoenix
rather just tell the story to someone and have them ghostwrite it, because then I wouldn't have to like
relive it and have to like read it over and over again. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, but I do like the sentiment that Matt is saying.
Right. Maybe one day, or maybe I'll do the ghostwriter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But next year, Cliff. Well, actually, on Christmas Eve, we ordered 3 major medical devices. One ships on Christmas Eve. That's called the Zine, and it's basically like a walker. It helps you walk, but then it like transforms into a wheelchair, and that's cool. Like, so he ordered that, and he's very excited about it. He also, we're in the process of trying to get him a brace, which would be like the big thing where if he gets it,
I was just messaging you to ask about that one. Okay,
it's one of those things where it's going to take like months and months and months, because to approve it, it without insurance, it would be $100,000 to $120,000. So like it's a huge like process to try and get insurance to pay for it, because we technically can afford that, but like holy shit, that's a lot of money, you know. So we would obviously rather insurance pay for it. And then the other thing is he's getting a new wheelchair, and that should be coming to him in January.
That is wonderful.
He'll be a transformer. He's the real cyborg.
He really is.
Sitting for the side, because he's got a battery in his butt, not up his butt, but like in his butt cheek. So he's got a battery sewn into his butt cheek. He has a spinal cord stimulator and a peripheral nerve stimulator. I don't think he uses either of them anymore, because these are things that are supposed to help with the pain, but they don't do anything anymore. So he doesn't use any. There's just wires hanging out in his body, and he's got a metal plate on his femur, and he's got a metal rod and in his tibia, and then of course his back is screwed and everything. I can't remember the last time I showed you guys pictures. I can leave a picture in Cyborg Central, but it would have to be insensitive, because it's some people would find it gross, but I think it's cool. Let me see if I can get a picture.
And you can put insensitive and always like not telling you what to do, but like spoiler tag it too.
That's what I was gonna do. Great minds. Let's see. Okay. Smart. Okay. Smart. Okay. I just got to the part in my phone where everyone was like, "How'd you lose the weight?" It's like, oh my, emaciated. It's God. People are so stupid. Oh, okay. Now I'm at baby pictures. That is too far back. Okay, let's see. Where is your back, Cliffy? Where is your back? And he has a titanium cage, which is just a fancy word for a fake vertebra.
That's cool. That's horrible, but also very cool.
Yeah, he's just a cyborg. Okay, where is the picture? Come on. There we go. Okay. Doop. Doop. And now let me spoiler tag.
I'm hovering.
Cliff's spine. There you go, guys. Enjoy.
Whoa. Wow. Wow.
Cliffistance is futile. I'm glad you clarified that about the battery. I always feel like if I say he has a battery in his butt, they're gonna think that he like shoved it. No, it's sewn into his butt cheek. Like, and you can see.
And it's cool because you can charge it by sitting on a charger, right?
Yes, exactly. It's like his upper left butt cheek, and you can see the lump in his butt cheek. This little battery lump. Random question, but does not being able to get an MRI ever become an issue? Oh, he can get an MRI. The same disorder that made him bionic is the same one that has him in the hospital needing imaging. That's got to be. Yeah, he can get an MRI.
Yeah.
Is that the cover for the next 9 Inch Nails album?
That's so cool.
Like, he's gotten a bunch of MRIs. I wonder if, I think there might be certain parts of his
They
body
just use non-magnetic materials.
Yeah. There just might, can titanium be?
I'm pretty sure that's not magnetic.
Yeah, you can use, his stuff is made with titanium, and that's MRI-able. And I know, he's got a battery sewn into his butt. I think that cannot be in the MRI, but everything else can.
Okay.
I think. It's been a long time since he's had an MRI. They try to avoid it just because it's, imaging in general is not great.
I did
Thanks for your writing lessons that helped me become a writer. Cliff is a great artist, and you should be proud of him always helping you in your writing career. I am very proud of him. This is the best writing group ever. I've watched Jenna for a while now, but only just now listening to the live stream while playing video games. This is fun. Oh, you guys are
and not
so
right.
sweet.
That's okay. It's okay to play video games and not write sometimes.
Yeah. Standard Fiend was like, that's kind of metal. It is.
It is. It looks so cool. It's like, I'm not trying to sound like, oh wow, so glad he went through this physical
right
trauma.
No, but it is like,
but
I
it's
said,
like,
he's a
whoa. But I also do really like imaging a lot,
and he's covered in scars, and he's always like, oh, I'm gonna have another scar. I'm like, scars are badass. You could be like, this is
actually really hot.
Hey, every romantasy leading man has scars. You're just a romantasy guy now.
It's a life well lived.
Right, and the only thing that makes him not a romantasy star is he's not abusive and he's blonde. But he's blonde now, but you know what I mean. Blonde. Blondies. Okay, guys, let's do another sprint because I really gotta get this shit done. Thank you guys.
We're doing great on sprints.
I know, because I'm actually working on something that I'm like inspired to get done, as opposed to being like, I don't want to.
It's really good timing too, because we can do a sprint, like hang out for a little bit, and then we'll be done. Like, and we got a bunch of shit done.
Right. Exactly. Hopefully, metal detectors aren't a problem. Yeah, no, he's. Jenna, I told you the battery on my butt would be. We called him battery butt for a while, but the thing is, it's like I had a professor who I
remember you telling us about.
Yeah, I ended up making a complaint about him to the dean.
Yeah, then someone had to sit in the room with him because he was talking about like harming children in Thailand.
He was talking about going to Thailand and like having sex with young, like.
I guess they weren't children, but
like, barely legal boys and sticking batteries up their ass, and I'm just sitting there like, this is supposed to be like
I'm paying for this right now.
A business philosophy class. Why are we talking about this? But anywho, that's what I think of. What?
Yeah, that's crazy. And then for the rest of the year,
supposed to be learning how to write a resume in that class, and I learned nothing. My resume still suck because I didn't learn anything. But yeah, we're supposed to be learning resumes, and you talk about his trips to Thailand and the young boys who would stick batteries up their butt. I wish I can't make this up.
Those poor young men, like, oh.
Well, I think it depends on the type of material that it's made of.
I love that you're like, I keep forgetting and no one stopped me. Meanwhile, every time I've ever flown anywhere, I get randomly searched. Every single time.
Same with my mom.
What is it? But she's like white. Like, what is going on? Because for me, I know that I'm like racially ambiguous, so they're like, I don't like it. And then they like pick me. But why does your mom? It's you have to. She's unassuming, and they're like, you gotta look out for those.
That's a Karen right
That's
there.
a,
She's got a Karen look. Let's make her day awful. Okay, guys, now we're gonna do a sprint. Setting the timer. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, maybe I should actually pull up the timer. Okay, setting the timer. She looks like she's got too much moxie. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, how did everyone do? Ooh, I finished editing the video. Yay.
That's
Woo.
amazing.
One less thing to do. How about you?
I got to a part where I described too much, and I gave up, and I didn't want to do it anymore. Because remember how you were like, some parts like are fine, but some parts you just tell. And some parts you need to show more, and then sometimes you get hung up on the minutia. I found the minutia. I'm like,
Was it
no.
the test taking?
No, it was right before. So I must have been in a minutia mood where I was describing the library, but I described like, there's no reason. There's no reason to describe every single thing. I think I got really excited because I liked how the library looked in my head, and I wanted everyone to have no wiggle room on what it looks like inside. And so I was like, there's a mezzanine, and there's like Venetian windows, and there's like children grabbing books that are and it's like, okay, it's gonna be
I don't know what a mezzanine or Venetian windows are.
Well, it's so funny because the first time I wrote it, I said catwalk, and you're like, all I'm thinking about is like RuPaul, like catwalk, like I don't know what this is, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll change it to mezzanine. It's the same thing where you would like walk up, and it's like a shelf of like, it's a second floor, but it's not closed off. It's just like a little tiny second floor with like more books in it.
Interesting.
You have to do like mezzanine in a library. Is really,
you learn something new every day, right, Bubba's?
But how am I supposed to say that there's a partial second floor? Partial second floor?
Just because I don't know what it is doesn't mean that everyone else. So use the word. I had to use an atrium view in the Savior's Army. I didn't know what that was until I learned, and then I used it.
Okay. Actually, I think it was Justin Scurry that was like, it's an atrium view, and you were like, yes. Exactly. Like, I know what that is, but what in the world?
Sometimes you have to. So mezzanine, I would just look it up. That's what I would do. But I think mezzanine is better to use than catwalk because the globally understood term for catwalk is a model thing.
Yeah. Also, like Venetian windows, like you don't have to say that. You can just say the many paned windows or something, you know? Like, why did I get architectural? I was like, the dental molding. And it's like, stop. It's because I wanted them. I was like, no, you cannot have any liberties with this. It's similar. It was like that, but it was like similar to like when people do combat scenes and they do every single thing. It was like that, except for it was me describing.
People do that a lot with world building, so it's not uncommon. It's like when people who list the square footage, it's like no one gives a that does not help. No one gives a shit what the square footage is. They're like, they need to know. Right, Butters? They need to know. No, they don't.
And it's so funny too, because I remember having it, I was like, is this too much? Like, I remember at the time, I was like, is this too much? I'm like, no, this is called showing. And so this is fine. And now I'm reading it, I'm like, no.
Showing would be the colors and textures and materials. That's what it is. So it's like, say, because I remember reading that and being like, there's a lot of architectural terms that I don't understand, but I still don't know the color of anything. I don't know the vibe, the smell. It's, you use the five senses. So what does it smell like in there? Daniel was standing 10 feet away brandishing a sword.
Yes. That's basically like, because I'm gonna read it real quick. I won't read the whole thing.
And it's okay to use a couple of architectural words, but the main focus like colors is a really big thing. Colors and that kind of stuff.
I did have a bunch of colors in this particular thing, but in other ones I didn't. But it was like the local library was dim inside, yet still had an inviting, like warm golden glow emanating from the old stained glass lamps. And then deep scarlet carpeting stretched to all the reading areas. The light, pleasant scent of ink and paper welcomed me from within their well-loved covers, and a hint of earthy hazelnut wafted my way.
Yes, that's great.
No, but it keeps going is the problem. And then a rainbow-shelved kids' corner entertained a few playful children. Several kids colored puffy cloud-filled skies with emerald green hills at a yellow circle table strewn with cracked crayons. Identical twin boys wearing the same striped shirt reached on their tiptoes for the perfect book amongst uneven glossy spines. Like, no. And then a little girl with long brunette curl. Like no. We don't care. Like, we don't have to describe every child. And that she's building a tall tower. No.
I would just say like kids reached for like two children, like children reached for the book, you know, a little girl.
Yes.
But
I talked about like,
if it makes you feel better, remember that one book I critiqued that she spent 9 paragraphs describing the front room of an inn? At least you didn't do that.
I didn't. It was 2 paragraphs, which is excessive. But I even added like Amazonian frogs on a poster that like fluttered over that was fluttering over top of the oh my god, what is it called? Like the radiator heater. Because I was like, look, it's showing the heat coming off of the radiator. I'm like, stop like talking actually.
He put his right hand on his sword, then he lifted it, then he stepped forward with his left foot, then he did the hokey pokey. Yeah,
Yes,
that's what a lot of people do.
Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna cut off like slightly earlier, and just add instead of the stretch to all the reading it. Yeah, I'll just condense it. I'll condense it. But I'm just like, but I got to that part and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Because the whole other time I was like, beef it up, beef it up. And then I got to that one and I was like, no. No. Oh my god.
You are describing my prose. No.
So
I hope not.
Fix
Don't
it.
say it ain't, say it ain't so, Thomas. Hold on, Sean says something funny in Cyber Central. I did notice that. We're almost at the end of the stream, guys. So if you have questions, throw them out there. And while I'm waiting, I am going to start ordering groceries.
Nice.
Think about what you want, babe.
Cream cheese, bagels.
Yeah, that's already on the list. Don't worry.
Hell yeah. Get that gluten in while you can.
Yeah, he's on a bagel kick. Okay.
Yes. He
cream
likes the
cheese.
circular things right now. It's fine.
Right. Cream cheese, and you want, hold on, I want to make sure I get the right one. Ah, yes, this is the one. This is the one.
3.
Yes, I'm getting you 3. I heard you. This man.
Cheers.
Okay, so you want cinnamon raisin.
And the Asiago.
Yes, we still have one of those, just so you know. But I'm not seeing, you didn't get special ones, right? They're just regular cinnamon raisin, like.
Yes, cinnamon raisin. Asiago, which you might have to Google.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Who do you think I
You might
am?
have to search it.
Cliff is mansplaining grocery shopping to me. He's giving me a look like, shut up. Okay, yeah, these are 5 Asiago bagels. Okay. What sucks about these is they don't come sliced. Do you want blueberry?
I'm not as crazy about the blueberry.
Okay.
Maybe get one more cinnamon raisin.
So you want 2 cinnamon raisins?
And then
Does
one.
he want a churro?
I told him that you were obsessed with him having churros. I don't know why.
No, I thought you said that was his favorite thing.
No.
Yaha!
A lot of sugar.
What? I've
No,
never.
hold on. Remember when I got you tray for churro and you were like, one of Cliff's favorite things before was churros. And I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm really upset that he can't have.
No. But I said he loved churros. We both did. But it's not. I said that he would like it if he wasn't in a situation.
Oh, I understand that. I understand now what happened. I understand. What happened was that you were just saying, oh, if only he could have it. I started flipping the fuck out because I thought I gave you 2 ice creams and gave Cliff no ice creams. And then I was like, this is my favorite. And then I made it Cliff's favorite in my head.
Yeah, no,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not that. Please tell him. I'm not obsessed with him having a churro. I'm sorry. I thought that was his favorite dessert.
No, it's not.
I'm so sorry.
Did she sniff at you?
A little bit.
Cliff actually did not do this book trailer. My video editors did this one.
That's very well done.
Butters, you gave Dad's feeling better, so now you can be feisty with him. Y'all are too cute. We're cute, Cliff. Or is it me and Iona? But yeah, no. Sure.
It's probably you and Cliff. I'm making a pretend memory.
Yeah, he
which
likes-
is not cute.
Yeah, he likes churros, but they're not his favorite.
I'm so sorry.
I think you know what? You could have a midnight Milky Way. That's what he loved was midnight Milky
Okay,
Way.
do that. That basically the sentiment was get his favorite thing.
Okay.
I hope he can have his favorite thing.
Cliff, what was your favorite dessert back in the day? He just went. Okay, Cliff.
No.
All right. Anything else? I got cream cheese bagels and Sprite. So be
Maybe
thinking.
ice cream.
Okay, what kind of ice cream would you like?
No, I'm saying like back in the day.
Oh, his favorite thing back in the day was ice cream.
All right.
I'll be driving back from Christmas with a car full of bagels. Nice. 2025 will be the year of Churrogate. Finally finished this short story. Fantastic. Guys,
wow, that's awesome.
our stream is almost over. Ask me questions. I try to think maybe I should get more grenadine because I've been having a lot of Shirley Temples. It's been my like
I feel like I really like grenadine, but I don't actually know what that is. Hold on.
It's cherry flavor.
I do like grenadine then.
It's what Shirley Temples are made of.
I do like Shirley Temples, and that was another one you taught me about, where I was like, oh, I haven't had many mixed drinks, but I have had a virgin Shirley Temple, and you're like, Shirley Temples are virgin. And I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Iona said, I haven't had many mixed drinks, but I have had a virgin Shirley Temple. And I was like, Shirley Temples are virgin. Although you can make them not virgin and it would be called a dirty Shirley.
Okay.
So that's just a Shirley Temple with vodka in it.
Okay.
I don't have vodka, and vodka turns me into a bitch, but I'll just mix it with tequila. I'm just being honest. It turns me into a bitch. It makes me it's not like I get mad. I just become very blunt. And like I say the things that I probably shouldn't. Like I say the things that I become extra autistic. There we go. But tequila doesn't do that for me. So I have tequila, and now I really want one of those. But guys, what else should we get for our groceries?
Not churros, apparently, because I've ruined them. I just keep imagining like.
To be fair, if I'm gonna get grenadine, if I'm gonna get churros, we have like this is California. We have so many.
I know. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, of course it's his favorite. It all makes sense. But
this needs to be on a shirt. I don't need vodka to be a bitch. That's my problem. Is me too, and then the vodka takes me to the next level, and that's not like it's already. I'm already there. I don't need the extra peanut butter. We have peanut butter, but thank you.
Good.
Ah, very sophisticated. I do love a Shirley Temple. Hello, look at my cuties in the corner. Cliff is trying to cover up his hair because his hair is messy. No one can see your hair, Cliff. You're
also,
very
your
far
hair
away.
doesn't ever look messy. It always. I know he can't hear me, but it always looks like what is it? Tousled.
Why do I forget not knowing words right now? Tussled. It's not tussled.
It's tussled.
Yeah, it's tousled.
Tousled. No, it is not. Make it
tousled.
No,
like ow.
Absolutely not.
A tussle is a fight.
The hair fought, and so it's flipping out.
Tousled.
No,
like
no.
ow. Tousled.
No. Wow, I can't spell. I'm gonna make that lady how to say. I want to see how Appalachian I'm being right now. All right, I'm gonna see.
How are you spelling it?
I was spelling it two things. I was spelling it completely wrong. Okay. And also, it is an Appalachian accent. I'm so sorry.
Oh, so you guys say tussled instead?
We do.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. but okay. Also, Cliff, you always look like Jenna's. That's so cute.
Someone says, Cliff, you always look like Jenna's man. But seriously, Cliff, you have to understand that you are very far away, so they cannot see what you are seeing, okay?
Bullshit.
He said bullshit. Okay, fine. I mean, I'm like I've got a zit on my chin. Well, not right here, but
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This
you guys can't see it. Like,
this is from the hospital. Do you see how bad my skin is right now? These don't feel good. They hurt.
it's the hospital air.
It
But see,
is. And
Iona has zits. And
here,
you
show
can't
them my
see it.
zits.
See?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now go far away. See? See, no one can see it, Cliff. But anyway, yeah. But that's that. I always break out in the hospital. It's the hospital
awful. Okay,
air.
and that's the thing is, and
It's
you're
very
there
drying.
more.
It's very drying.
If not, like, it is dry. And I'm like, am I actually a dry skinned girly now?
No,
like, what
it's
happened?
I'm an oily skin person, and my skin gets dry in the hospital. It's drying. It's just what it is. It's the
Okay.
air. You should probably try a moisturizing face. Well, no shit.
So actually, so it's funny. I got a slightly tinted moisturizer, and I've been using that recently, and just constantly putting lip gloss on my lips.
I
Constantly.
use a serum, and it's one of those things where it's a serum that's like has all those stuff in it that helps with aging, but it also works as a moisturizer, and that's what I use because
I'm going to copy you because I just have a tinted moisturizer, but I got the water base because that's apparently better for you know what I'm saying,
for oily skin.
our oily skin. But it's very, very, very strange for me not to have that glow. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm like, what happened? And like I'll go in and everything will be all cracked, and I'm like, ew. But then also I'll suddenly have a bunch of pimples. I'm like, well, if I'm dried out, why do I have oily pimples?
It's because your skin is like, what the fuck's going on? It's not.
So it just like overproduced it. It was like, oh my god.
When your skin dries out, your body will try to combat it by overproducing oil. That's why sometimes your skin is like, at least for me, I will experience it where my skin is dry and oily at the same time. Where like I'm shiny, but if I touch my skin, it feels crackly.
Yes.
That's the hospital air. But anywho,
my god.
But yeah,
and the same thing has been happening with my scalp where I'll have really, really, really oily like bangs. But it's because everything is too dry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I know that I just need to.
And I live in a dry climate, and I still get I think they do the dry air on purpose in the hospital for I guess too. For like not transmitting bacteria. Or
I think
something.
You're totally right.
But it's just not good for your skin. It's a hospital thing, but you will adjust.
Yeah. Oh, also I learned that where our offices are, because we have like office space. I have my own office. But apparently they built like a temporary wall, like it's not like where it's supposed to be. And the heater for the whole like wing of the hospital is in my office. Like just in my room. And so I'm there just like getting heated up. So I'm just like, I don't understand what's happening.
Listen to this, Cliff. Are you listening? Did you say nope? Listen. Okay? Are you listening?
Yeah.
This is what someone commented. Now I really know why Jenna cares so much for Cliff. He is cute and so young looking. Lucky Jenna. Do you hear that? He says thank you. Do you guys know how old that man is that I just showed you? You guys would never guess. And he is the only like 100% white person I've ever met who is aging like he's not white.
Beautifully.
He is aging beautifully. I think it's because we don't have kids.
I think it's because you don't have kids, and I think it's because you don't have hate in your heart. Because remember that thing that I just found out that apparently if you're racist or hate like groups of people, that it makes you age faster.
It's what'd you say, babe?
I said it's because I got oily skin.
Cliff says it's because he has oily skin. Iona says it's because you don't have kids, you don't have hate in your heart, because hateful people age faster. Okay.
Proven.
And I don't do drugs.
Also that.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't do drugs. That comes from being unproblematic. Okay, that was a good guess. He's not 38, but he's 39. But he looks so much younger than 39. But yeah, he's gonna be 40 in. You're gonna be 40 next year, right?
Yeah.
He's the same age as my husband.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. 40 is just gonna be like the next 30. You know what I mean? Like I've never met anyone who doesn't like their 40s.
I think I'm looking forward to my 40s just because I feel like I look younger for my age, and I think it'll be even more of a serve to be like, I'm 40, and they're like, what? You look 35.
What?
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know, bitch. But but anywho, I think like because he's doing so much better. Oh, my husband is 42. See, there you go. He's doing so much better that I just feel like he's going to like the 40s are going to be like his revival.
Oh, for sure.
I think they're going to be your years. Cliff, you look young because you feed on the souls of the young in the dark of night.
Excellent.
That's what Casey said.
That's funny.
Mega Raywin says, I prefer my 30s over 20s. I definitely
I would
prefer
never do my 20s again.
I would never, if I had to choose, I would do my 20s again, but over being a teenager.
Mhm.
But the 30s for me have been the best, and I feel like the 40s are just going to be even better.
Mhm.
See, look, Thomas is 49, Sean is 46. Hear that, Cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the Butters. Look at the Butters. And Butters is 7.
Aw, I can't
You're
believe she's 7.
7. Look at you, beauty. Thank you.
See, Casey likes her 50s. I feel like every decade can be like the next, like.
Casey, you are a fucking vampire. I had no idea you were in your 50s. I've seen pictures of you. I thought you were in your early 40s. Casey. Okay, now I need to know yours tips. Okay,
She also doesn't have hate in her heart.
Yeah,
she just has a thirst for young souls. Apparently,
I was gonna say that she's the second white person. Unless you're not fully white. I see red hair in the suit. The second white person I know who is aging gracefully.
I still remember when someone was like, "When my skin was once beautiful." Where she was like, so what, like, do you have like a filter? Like, what's going on? And I was like, no, that's just like a car selfie. I'm actually a little sick in that picture. She was like, what's happened? Like, your skin looks like so like skin-like. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, I'm mixed. And she's like, oh, okay. Because I think she wasn't just, it was fine. I didn't look, but I think she was just started her little white brain was like, something's amiss.
Right.
You don't look white, but she didn't know how to say.
It's also because a lot of like people of color have oily skin and a lot of white people have dry skin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe she was like, why are you like shiny or something?
Yeah. It's funny because people would like comment like, Jenna's a vampire, she's not aging, and then I mentioned in a video that I'm Puerto Rican, and someone commented, oh, that explains it.
It all makes sense.
That explains everything. I never cared about aging until I got my project canceled and I'm starting over in my PhD. I'll have been in school my entire life until I'm 31, and that's terrifying. It feels terrifying now, but then once you get there and you realize that, like, in my opinion, like, life didn't get good until my 30s. Okay. And then it's just kind of like, it doesn't fucking matter. When you're young,
freeing and so wonderful.
When you're young, when you're young, she says, when you're super young, you always feel like you kind of feel like I'm running out of time. Like in your 20s, that's when it's like, oh, I'm running out of time. The clock is ticking. Da, da, da.
Mhm.
And then once you hit 30, you either become one of those, and this is usually a MAGA coded thing, like the MAGA coded women do this, where they're like, oh no, I'm drying up and I don't want to tell anyone I'm in my 30s. You either become that woman or you like, it's like freedom. And you're like, oh my gosh, the world is so much better. I'm an adult. My brain is fully formed. I don't give a fuck about anyone or anything. I'm going to do what I want. You have like one of two options. Go through that door. Be like us.
Yeah. Also, have you ever looked up the 20s to 30s glow ups? They're so satisfying to see. Everyone
Mhm.
looks like a fucking nerd in their 20s.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you, HB Lee. You look lovely. But also, side note, I can ask you about it privately, but I do wonder if some things can transfer. I'm not trying to mansplain your own thing to you. I just sometimes in a panicked state for myself. I
Like
don't
an
know.
OCD thing.
Yes, and I think I'm like, okay, so there's only one way, but I do kind of wonder if you won't have to restart. You might have to restart, or you might have to start a new program and it'll be a fresh start for you, but I don't know if you'll totally have to restart your PhD. But I also am not trying to mansplain.
Right.
I just wanted to offer that out there as a
I guess I've donated my 20s to science. That's what makes me feel so much better. Here, let me give an example, okay? So when you're in your 20s, I'm going to use marriages as an example, but I never felt that way because I've never been like, I never really cared about like marriage that much.
Mhm.
But a lot of people feel like, oh, everyone's getting married and I'm being left behind. And okay.
People
Then
do
when
that
you
with babies too for some
Yes.
reason.
Then you hit your 30s and like 75% of the people who got married in their 20s are getting divorced in their 30s and
Mhm.
starting all over again.
Mhm.
Whereas you were focused on like your career and your PhD and all that stuff. And so in your 30s, you're thriving rather than picking up the pieces of the stupid mistakes you made in your 20s. So, and that's not to say that everyone gets like, obviously, Iona got married in her 20s and she's doing fine. But I'm saying 75% of the people, they're like, uh-oh, I'm dumb. That was a mistake, because a lot of people who you look at them and you think they're doing big things in their 20s, and I'm not doing it yet. I'm running out of time. A lot of those people, once you hit your 30s, a lot of those people who you saw and you thought they were doing big things in their 20s, by their 30s, they're crashing out, or they're like having to like apologize for the things they did. Like a great
Mhm.
example of this is authors I saw who were becoming New York Times bestsellers and publishing at like 23, 22, and I'm like, damn, like I don't even have my name out there. They like, a lot of them, they rushed to publish this stuff, and yeah, it was a New York Times bestseller, but it's widely panned for being sophomoric and juvenile and filled with mistakes. And if they had
Mhm.
taken their time and released it when they were a more mature adult, they could have avoided those mistakes. So basically, the people who are like racing to get
Yeah, there's no race. There's no
Yeah.
deadline. I think that was the thing too, is mine was more so when I completed an event. So like when I finished college, when I did get married, when I did publish a book, I was like, there was no like deadline, although I'm starting to wake myself out where I'm like, it has been years. I'll
Mhm.
never publish again, so I need to chill out. But I think that it's just very interesting. Where like I'll be working with teens now, and they'll be like, oh well, if I don't have this, then I won't have this by whatever date. I'm like, that is like objectively untrue. Like
Yeah.
there's no timeline for this actually.
And I'm saying this as someone who, I published my first book when I was like
I did a lot of stuff
25,
early. Yeah.
and it was, it wasn't like a bad book, but it was, if I had waited longer, I could have avoided a lot of the mistakes I made and had more information and stuff.
I get
And
that.
the big success that I'm having has been in my 30s. And it's like, I'm just saying that everything got better after I turned 30. I also got hotter after I turned 30.
So many people do. It's
I mean, I look
lovely.
like shit right now, but I'm just saying I
No,
got
you
hotter.
don't. You actively do not look like shit.
Well, I'm all like oily and stuff, but like
You look
yeah.
beauteous.
Thank you. Butters is still over here, like, I love you, Bob. But yeah, it's just, it's something about the 30s. That's when it's like your brain is now fully formed and you stop giving a fuck, and it's just like, it's just grace, and you just embrace, like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, you know. And I look back at my 20s and I'm embarrassed. It's like, oh, what an idiot, you know. But that's because your brain isn't fully developed, and you're figuring it out, and you're figuring out who you are. So basically, like, there is no timeline. I mean, I'm glad that I published when I did, and it laid the groundwork for where I'm at today and everything. But I'm just saying that it's like, there is no race. In your 20s, those are the years for trial and error and figuring shit out and figuring out who you are. Yes, look at this is what she does when she wants my attention. She stands on my arm. Thank you. Oh, I love you too. But yeah, everything gets better in your 30s, and I'm hoping it gets even better in your 40s, because I'm 38.
I also don't think of people as being old. Like, personally, I know everyone's different, but I genuinely don't feel like someone's old. Like, I'm not like, wow, that they're so old, and unless they're in their 80s.
Yeah.
Like, even 70s to me, and like, if someone were to be like 70 and I don't know, like, pass away or something, I'm like, what a young like, they had so much life left. Like, that's horrible. So it's just
70s. I see that because, like, my dad is in his 70s, and he's like very. He's like, you wouldn't, well, he also looks a lot younger than he is, but like, you would never look at him and think that's an elderly man. I would think that's an older man, just like an older man. It's the 80s is when they start getting kind of like,
and like, that's an old person, you know. But
look at her with her paws.
Her little paws.
He's like, yes, guys, I know all about old people.
Look at her little smile too.
Yeah, she's so
I still will never get over that she doesn't just like fall. Like that's wild that she's like intelligent. And also, I still can't get over that she like will stand on you like that, because she would put like one little paw on my thigh. And I'm sorry, but when Artie does that, it hurts so bad. And I don't know why. Like, but for her, she's like light as a little feather.
Yeah, unless she likes to step on Cliff's balls and my nipples, and that's not fun.
That's when you're like, hold on.
I was 21 when I got married, and while it worked out for me, I sincerely hope my daughter. Yeah, like, there's always going to be an exception to the rule, you know. But it's just like, in general,
I'm looking back, and I got married at 24, and I'm just like, that's so little.
I love showing up to streams to get writing done and leaving with my major crash out existential spiral suit. I feel a lot better. Crying emoji. My 30s have been nothing but struggle, so I think the next decade I'm going to see that struggle pay off. I'm sorry. I wish I could help.
Well, also, TM Sparrow has like children,
right?
And so also, I'm not blaming it on the children at all. It's just like,
it's a different experience.
It is a completely different, like, it's just because they're in a particular age group during that time, you know. So
I think for me, my 40s are going to be, and I mean, like, look at Cliff. His 30s were a nightmare too, because he's had CRPS the entire time.
I was like, it's not like, I mean, they still can be rough, but it's like, I think each decade offers like a whole next level of like.
I just think that the 30s, at least for me, are when I felt the most myself, you know. Butter's look at her. She just looks so regal. Yes.
She does look regal. I love how every time I see her, she looks like a painting.
Yes, we're talking about you. No. She's like, no? Oh, here we go. Okay.
Click.
Do you think it's worth it to take a writing class? I'm wondering. I don't think it's worth it to get a creative writing degree. But
a writing class could be cool. Yeah.
It always depends on the instructor.
It really does. It really does. Oh my gosh, I'll have to, I'm not today specifically, but I'll have to tell you, there was this writing camp I went to. And the guy, one of the people, he was like the poetry unit. And I was like, wow, he's such a fucking creep. And I just found out last week that it turns out he is genuinely a pedophile. And I was like, I knew it.
I had a creative writing class where every book he had us read was supposed to be it was all about how women are awful. And like one book was about a woman who accused her teacher of sexual assault but he didn't sexually assault her. And it was just those kind of books over and over again.
Mhm,
And the whole class, he
mhm.
would be like, women and da-da-da, they all do this. And then they all talk about it. They go on Oprah and they talk about how they've been assaulted and they just want attention. And I
It's
ended
like,
up dropping the
buddy,
class.
you're
Yeah,
getting real mad about something, and it's making us extra suspicious.
right.
So
And I think
why are they weird? There's some, like you're saying, it just depends on the
Mhm.
instructor, but the one that I had was like a multi-Hugo Award winner, and he was great.
Okay.
No, he was great. He was great. No, it wasn't the creepy one.
Yeah.
The creepy one had nothing to his name really. So
The neurodivergent brains don't fully mature until, well, that explains a lot.
really?
Hello, Butters.
I don't know if that's totally true, but I hear you.
Look at
I don't
Butters.
think that's true. I think sometimes they even develop a little early, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
also, you know what? It depends. I'm gonna look into that because now I'm curious.
Maybe if you have the developmental disorder type of
With it, like a
neurodivergent.
dual diagnosis.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
so.
Because some forms of autism present like as a developmental delay. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Maybe because and you're totally right. That's like a type. Huh.
Mhm.
I didn't even
Surely
think.
it depends on the flavor that we might guess. Because a lot of neurodivergent women, myself
We
included,
have to
live
like almost develop a
where
little
everyone's like, "You're
fast.
so mature for your age,"
And unfortunately, certain types
You're
of
an old
trauma
soul.
does make you develop faster, and a lot of neurodivergent people are traumatized for various reasons. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm conflicted, but I'm gonna look into it because now I'm very, very, very curious about it. Because
Your
I'm
hair is
also
so
thinking of
long.
some like anecdotal evidence of like actually there could be some with the developmental delay. So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm like I have
Yeah.
two wolves inside me.
I heard that a lot growing up. Yeah, a lot. Yo, you're so mature for your age.
Mhm. Nothing beats the parentified child.
20 stupid while I'm 30. Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't think that's true because also it's
Give
grad
your-
school that you've been
yeah.
in, so it's different.
Give yourself some credit. But anywho, I should probably end things now because I still have to tidy the house and take a shower. But I'm a little bummed because I'm having like a fun hair day and it's all gonna get wet. But
I know that's the thing. It's like for that is something that did happen where there were a couple days last week where my hair just looked like great when I woke up and I was like, I don't know what is happening. My skin is horrendous and my hair is like good.
well, maybe I don't know.
Oh, maybe the lack of humidity though.
I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh, in my OCD therapy, she's been having me map out 30 minutes a day where I'm not allowed to touch my hair, and it's been very helpful.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
amazing.
noticed that I have been playing with it less, and you guys might notice that I have put it over my shoulder a few times, but I haven't been like.
No, you haven't. You haven't been weaving. That's really good. And maybe that'll make your hair look even better. And your hair looks amazing, but I bet you'll make your hair look even better because it's not like
Because I'm not fucking with it.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
definitely helping. It's like once I've done it for a half hour and then I'll do it maybe for another half hour. And then after that, it's like the desire to fuck with it is
It kind of
gone.
passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yay! OCD therapy works, guys.
Yes,
Okay,
it does.
guys, but I'll go ahead and end things here. Iona, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Creepy Core and Folklore, both the website and on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok, I guess a little bit because I've been trying to post to all of the places at once, but I always forget. But and you can sign up for my newsletter if you'd like. Eventually I will send an update. It's just that work kind of has been amazing, but also I've been like in a whirlpool feeling with time warp. And I think that and on Wednesdays you can find me at Creepy Core and Folklore on Twitch, and we do productivity streams. And it's less book related, although a bunch of writers come, but it's also more like productivity or like body doubling related, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And please pre-order The Savior's Army. The paperbacks and hardbacks will be coming very soon. Yes, that's right, Butters. Go show everyone your butt. Okay, she doesn't want it, but she is just gonna sit here with me. Hi.
So
Hi, Butters.
cute.
Oh, thank you. So please pre-order the Savers Army. Please join my street team. If you guys want to join the street team, you'll get an arc of the Savers Army. I'm actually going to give out arcs this week to them. I've been just. Are you doing a signed pre-order for? No, because they don't count toward the total sales.
Overall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I usually don't do any signed sales until the book's been out for a year. So
That
next
totally
year
makes
I will do a signed thing. So if you want like a signed hardback, but you don't want to have like, well, what you could do is you could pre-order a hardback, and then at my next signed book event, pre-order a book plate, or you could just get like the ebook now and then get the signed hardback at the next thing, at the next pre-order thing. Your hair looks super pretty right now. Thank you.
Looks so
It's because
good.
I haven't been fucking with it as much. But yes, butter butt, exactly. She's so
Butterbutt.
cute. But yeah, if anyone thinks they have OCD, check out OCD therapy.
ERP.
Yeah, it's called ERP, and it's been really, really helpful for me. Very, very helpful. But anywho, okay, guys. So pre-order the Savers Army, please, please, please. It helps me out super much. Even if you, again, feel like you might want to get a signed copy, and that's not going to be available for a year. Please, at the very least, just get like an ebook for now. It really helps me out. You're going to get special goodies if you pre-order it. So hold tight to those pre-order, the proof of pre-order, so that you can submit it to me and I can give you your special gift. Please buy How to Write Romantasy. It's available at all major retailers. Check out the new and improved versions of the Savior's Champion and Savior Sister, available at all major retailers. The hardbacks will be available very, very soon. And I will have a video coming out on Wednesday.
Yay.
And it's going to be good. And then I think we have a live stream on Monday. Yes, I don't see why not. So that should be fine. Oh, hello. You want to say bye to everyone, Butters? You want to say bye? Okay, everyone. We will see you next
Bye.
week.
See
Bye.
you.